So, thank you.
No thanks necessary.
Thank you.
No thanks necessary.
Thank you for the water. I'll let you know. I'll just tell you. I'll say, here's Rudy. Not yet, not yet, not yet. Now, here's Rudy.
Okay, the, Tuesday, February 18th, 2025, 7 p.m. work session meeting of the Wyckoff Township Committee is now in session. Roll call, please.
Thank you, Mayor Boonstra. Ms. Bogdansky?
Here.
Mr. Lane?
Here.
Mr. Madigan?
Here.
Mr. Melchiong?
Here.
And Mayor Boonstra.
Here.
Thank you. This regular work session meeting of the Wyckoff Township Committee is now in session. In accordance with the Open Public Meetings Act, notice that this meeting appears on our annual schedule of meetings. A copy of said annual schedule has been posted on the bulletin board in Memorial Town Hall. A copy has been filed with the municipal clerk and has been posted on our municipal website. And a copy has also been emailed to the Record, Ridgewood News, and the North Jersey Herald News, all newspapers having a general circulation throughout the township of Wyckoff. At least 48 hours prior to this meeting, the agenda thereof was similarly posted, filed, and emailed to said newspapers.
Thank you, Nancy. The vouchers are signed, everything has been reviewed, and we're good to go?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. I'll take a motion to open the meeting for 10 minutes of public comment, please.
So moved.
Second.
Ms. Bogdansky?
Yes.
Mr. Lane?
Aye.
Mr. Madigan?
Yes.
Mr. Melchiong?
Yes.
And Mayor Boonstra.
Yes, okay, the meeting is now open for public comment.
And an affirmative vote.
Hmm?
With an affirmative vote, the motion is
Thank you.
approved.
Okay. Meeting is now open for public comment, 2 minutes per speaker for public comment on any governmental issue that a member of the public feels may be of concern to the residents of the township of Wyckoff. Please step forward to the microphone if you wish to make a comment.
It appears that there are none, so a motion to close public session. Second.
Ms. Bogdansky?
Yes.
Mr. Lane?
Aye.
Mr. Madigan?
Yes.
Mr. Melchiong?
Yes.
And Mayor Boonstra.
Yes,
With an affirmative vote, the motion is approved.
thank you. Matt, the 8 p.m. business meeting agenda. Review thereof.
Yep, thank you, Mr. Mayor. First resolution is a resolution, it's a housekeeping resolution, transferring our labor council contract from West Burgee to West Law. It's a change in the law firm name. Second resolution with the upcoming retirement of Peggy Keene. This resolution authorizes Mary Ann Sweeney to be the new certifying officer for pension and payroll purposes. This is required so he can transfer to the state so that they can update their system and so that pension can get certified. Resolution 296 has to do with our capital ordinances on tonight, and for both adoption and introduction. It's an introduction of a temporary capital budget. And Resolution 98 authorizes sale of some property on municipal, particularly 2 welders that are no longer being used. The next is several ordinances. The first 5 ordinances are amendments that adjust useful lives of existing capital ordinances. So there's no new funds being appropriated, and no new debt is being authorized. This is ordinances that were adopted previously in preparation for our upcoming bond sale. We're adjusting the useful lives to be what the max is permitted as per the local bond law, and this helps us with the how long our upcoming bond can be sold for. Ordinance 234 is a fully funded capital ordinance appropriating $711 from the Capital Improvement Fund to fund the architectural and engineering services for renovation and addition to the police department. As I said, this is a fully funded ordinance. There is no debt being authorized for this appropriation. And the next ordinance is Ordinance 2035, which is an ordinance appropriating $65,000 for the engineering and design and the inspection work related to ADA compliant improvements at crosswalks on county roads that the county is going to be paving within the next 3 years. This is a ordinance, again, fully funded. It's fully reimbursed by the county of Bergen. It's similar to a grant. So again, no new debt is being authorized for this appropriation. There are several motions that will be read into the record, but I do want to highlight motions B and C. I have a letter from Dave Murphy to me requesting that both police officers Kathleen Powderly and Marissa Santo be recommended for regular appointment with the Wyckoff Township Police Department, as they will be completing their probationary period on February 27th. And then finally, there are 3 ordinances for public hearing and further consideration. The first is a bond ordinance authorizing public safety improvements, including radios, fire department command vehicle, and vehicles for code enforcement. The second is a bond ordinance authorizing various infrastructure upgrades, including our annual road resurfacing project, heavy equipment for the heavy equipment and salter truck for the DPW, the pickup truck for the DPW, and finishing our document archiving program that we're currently underway. And then finally, the third one is Ordinance 2028, which authorizes and approves the 2025 surcharges for this year. So, as you can see, next meeting might go a little longer than 8:06 because we have several public hearings and further considerations that we will need to tackle that night.
Okay.
Moving on to just some updates. As you can see, the town hall roof replacement is well underway. I believe the roof on this side of the building, the railroad track side of the building, is almost completely on. The work above the elevator shaft is framed out and sided, and I believe both sides of the west wing roof are now on as well. So we're hoping that the roof will be on within the next 2 weeks, weather pending, and then the rest of the work included in the contract, sanding, painting, and such, will be done by April 15th. This is just a reminder that the New Jersey League of Municipalities Lewis Bay II scholarship application information has been shared with both the Ramapo and Indian Hills guidance departments. It also appears on our e-news and the homepage, and applications are due to Mayor Boonstra by March 7th. The theme this year's essay is What I Like About My Hometown, and it seeks to advance the virtues of elected and volunteer members in municipal government.
Matt, I got a quick question on that. Is that high school students only, or could you be in junior high?
I believe it's like
Juniors and seniors.
juniors
high
and seniors in high school.
High school juniors,
Or
high
seniors.
school seniors.
Yes.
That's where I misinterpreted the word junior. Okay, thank you.
Reminder that animal licensing is ongoing. Please remember to register your animals. Saturday, the 15th of March, Nancy, is our rabies clinic at the DPW.
The Ides of March. There you go.
See, the 2025 tax list, as I mentioned at the last meeting, has been certified. Several people have been coming in asking where their white postcards are. They are in the mail. Hopefully, you should get it today or by the end of the week.
I got it today, too.
Reminder that our JIF safety meeting is on the 25th at 9:30. We're currently out to bid to renew our animal control contract. Barring any complications after the governor's budget message next week, we are on course to introduce our 2025 municipal budget, hopefully at the first meeting in March. Finance and the staff and the finance committee just have to sit down one more time next week to finalize that. And then just a reminder that all staff and those with township emails must complete the cybersecurity training through D2 Cybersecurity. That's the vendor that's been provided to us by the JIF by March 30th. And the report of actually who completes goes directly to the JIF. We don't report to them anymore of who does it. So everybody who completes the JIF goes in and prints a report and knows who completes it and who doesn't. And that's as a requirement of our cyber insurance policy. That's all I have.
Thank you, Matt. Township committee reports. Pete, can I start with you again tonight?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you, Mayor. As Matt mentioned, just want to congratulate Officer Powerley and Officer Santo on completing their 2-year probationary period. It feels like they were just actually in here the other day getting sworn in, and we're lucky to have both of them. Hear nothing but good things around town, so just once again, congratulations to them. And then just to, just pull it up, to piggyback off of what I mentioned last meeting with our commitment to improving safety around town, we did get actually our final approval for the speed limits on Wyckoff Ave that we've been working on for the last 6 months. So last meeting, it might have been a little confusing, chopping up some streets, but we did get the approval. It was completed. Speed from Cedar Hill Ave to Russell Ave will be lowered to 35 miles an hour. The speed from Hartung Drive to Franklin Ave and from Greenwood Ave to Godwin Ave will be lowered to 30 miles an hour, which is great. So this will give two things. We've lowered the speed limit in some sections, and there's a little bit more consistency now going from 35 up to 40, back down to 35 to 30. And then by also doing this, this allows us to look at some other crosswalks and intersections to keep on improving on the pedestrian safety around town. And that's all I have tonight.
Thank you, Pete. Tom?
I'll be brief. Just want to comment that I was here a week and a half ago. We had Wear Red Day. We had a lot of the employees and people in the building. It's to celebrate Healthy Heart Month. And there was a lot of people here from Town Hall, and it was a great event, and thank you, Nancy, for putting that all together. I attended the Chamber of Commerce meeting this morning. It was held at Families for Families. It's a great organization. They're over in Brain Ave, and glad to have a good chamber meeting. And I look forward to a follow-up meeting, subcommittee basis on our centennial calendar in Gala. That's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you, Tom. Roger?
Thank you, Mayor. I attended the last Ramapo Indian Hills School Board meeting, and I would like to report that it looks as though the entire board is working together very collegially, and I think that's a positive for the district. I'm very happy to say that. Department of Public Works, everything is in order. Fire Department, for those of you that get, if anybody's looking, Wyckoff Magazine, there's a very nice article about our new chief, Joe Alvarez, and the assistant chief, Tim Murray, in that magazine. It's very, very fitting of the great fire department that we have, and just like to tie it in with the centennial, the Wyckoff Volunteer Fire Department began operations in 1907 when Teddy Roosevelt was president. A dozen eggs cost 21 cents, and the Ford Model T was a year from production. So it's an interesting article. If you get the opportunity, if you get this in the mail, please take a look at it. Shade Tree meeting the next meeting is March 18th, and the Centennial Committee, Pete and I will be meeting again very soon. We've gotten a number of volunteer applications. We'll be reaching out to other folks to help us with all of the planned events. So stay tuned. As soon as possible, we're going to lay out the dates of particular items that will take place, and we'll have a great year celebrating the 100th anniversary of Wyckoff. That's it, Mr. Mayor.
Roger. May?
I don't have much to report. Planning board, we didn't have a meeting last month because there was nothing on the agenda. I went to the K through 8 board meeting, which was very pleasant. They worked very nicely together. They approved their 2025 to 2026 calendar, and they're currently working on their budget, but are waiting to see what state aid they get, which they should know around March 1st. Board of Health, again, nothing to report there. Just so you know, influenza's on the high rise. Over 40% of tests come out positive for influenza. Ronavirus and coronaviruses come after, so watch out. And that's it. That's all I have to
Thank you, May.
report.
On the, I believe it was the 6th, In February, I attended a design review board meeting. Design review board met to reconsider the design of the additional building and other work to be done on the Cedar Hill Shopping Center. The planning board had recommended that that it go back for a redo in front of design review before the planning board declared it complete, and that was accomplished on, I believe it was February 6th, and it was an entirely different look than the first time they appeared before design review, and a much better look, and design review recommended in a positive way that it go back to the planning board for completeness and for public hearing. Planning board, as May said, was canceled on the 12th. Yesterday, I attended at the Temple Emmanuel in Franklin Lakes the annual Lincoln Day breakfast and President's Day program that Rabbi Prauser puts on. He always does a very good job. I was attended by a number of elected officials. Congresswoman Nellie Poe was there, Assemblyman Bob Off, Freeholder, from Franklin Lakes. Tracy Zer was there. Mayor of Franklin Lakes was there. I was there. Mayor of Oakland was not there. Our former mayor of Oakland, Linda Schwager, was there, and it was a very nice event. Rabbi Prauser always does a good job. It lasted about an hour or so. The food was very good, and we all went on our way. This morning, I, with Tom Madigan, attended the Chamber of Commerce meeting. Families for Families really does a great job there. And, I mean, they can use donations. They need furniture. They're setting up more than you would imagine, homeless families coming out of shelters in apartments. They really do a good work there. And they have a tremendous need for furniture because when you move into an apartment, you have to outfit it, especially if you're coming from a homeless shelter. So they really do a good work. And thanks to them for hosting it, and thanks to the Chamber for having it there. And I just want to give a shout out to the DPW. Raj mentioned it, for plowing and sanding during the recent couple of weather events we've had. As you know, I'm always out early, and our roads are always among the best in the area. They really are, so they really do a great job. And I also like to congratulate, Pete noted that Officers Powderly and Santo have become regular officers from probationary status. And when we hired them together, and when we did, we went from 1 female officer to 3 in 1 day. Okay. And it was a great addition, and you'd be surprised on patrol. We have the ability to have a female on almost every patrol shift, and it's a help from time to time. It really, really is. So it was a great move, and I'm glad to see that they've moved from probationary to regular status, and congratulations to them. And that's all I have. So, Dave.
Yeah, affordable housing. As you may recall, at the end of last month, we approved our proposed obligation, and we filed our resolution, our declaratory judgment action on that. We haven't had any objection yet. They have till the end of the month, so I wouldn't necessarily think we're not going to get one, but we haven't as of yet. They have till the 28th, and then depending on what happens there, we probably should get together with our affordable housing planner, depending on whether we have to adjust the number, or even if we don't, we have to start moving toward that June date of putting together our fair housing plan. But as of today, there's been no objection to that number.
I did get her proposal on Friday, I believe, and the money is allocated in the 2025 budget, but I believe we're actually going to be able to cover most of it from the trust fund.
That's all I have.
That's it. Okay, I think we're looking for a motion to adopt resolution going into closed session at 25C2. Can I have a motion?
So moved. Second.
Ms. Bogdansky?
Yes.
Mr. Lane?
Aye.
Mr. Madigan?
Yes.
Mr. Melchiong?
Yes.
And Mayor Boonstill.
Yes.
With an affirmative vote, we are going into closed session.
Okay. back shortly.